Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Black Impact Podcast. I am Tiffany, your host. And today we have a special guest. But for you guys who are now joining or are my new listeners, thank you so much for enjoying the experience. And for you guys who have been rocking with me for when I first started, thank you so much for tuning back into the Black Impact. Guys, so I have today Jeff Young. He is an entrepreneur, a speaker, mentor who works with youth and young adults teaching mindset, lifestyle, and financial awareness. Through his work in school programs and juvenile centers, he's focused on helping the next generation grow, heal, and build a better future. Everybody, I want to welcome Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. You did that. Come on now.
That's right. Clock it.
That's it.
So, Jeff, I want to get into what inspired you to pour into the community and what type of challenges led you into this life path that you're on?
The biggest reason that I decided to pour into the community was because I saw a need and I saw a gap for what young people needed growing up today. The same way a lot of people poured into me when I was younger, they saw a gap in the youth of my generation and they knew what we needed. And I saw the same exact thing in a lot of the youth that I work with today. I understood that they needed to be communicated in a different way. And so it's one of the reasons why I use poetry as a device to help me communicate my messages to young people, because it allows them to hear and resonate with a message in a different way and in a different manner. So the biggest reason for me was I wanted to make sure that I close that gap of what youth needed. And I wanted to help young people create a life that they desired to live. And my biggest challenge, I would probably say two of my biggest challenges, and we can certainly get into this, but on June 4th, 2014, I lost my house and my job the same exact day. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Hollywood could not have written a better script on how I would lose my house and my job the same exact day.
Wait, what?
I'm telling you, it was a beautiful tragedy of how I would lose my house and my job the same exact day. I was the program manager for a youth shelter in Pennsylvania, and
Okay.
there was an investigation going on about HIPAA law violations. And so my supervisor said, you know what, the people are going to come in, they're going to do their investigation, and things will come back unfounded, as you've been telling me, right? As I've been telling him.
Right.
And, we'll bring you back. He said, just go home right now and, we'll call you back. And I was like, okay, cool. And so
We go home.
yeah, he was like, just go home right now, because they were there going through files, going through
Oh,
camera
so this was
reports.
like a whole, like an FBI, like
Yeah.
going.
Oh, yeah. Like the state came in and was like, what's good?
Wow.
Like, we've been hearing some things. And so I was like, y'all do y'all thing. And so while they were doing that, I got a text from my my landlord, and she was like, hey, Jeff, I need to talk to you about something 911, really important. I was like, well, if you need to talk to me about something, I can call you on the phone right now if you want me to. She said, no, I need to talk to you in person. I said, well, wouldn't you know it, I'm leaving work early, so why don't you just meet me at the house in about 15 minutes? And she was like, oh, okay, all right, cool, I'll meet you at the house. So I got to the house in about 7 minutes or so. She got there in 15 minutes. She knocked on the door. She handed me an eviction notice and said, I sold the house. You got 30 days to get out.
Wait. I'm sorry, what?
What?
You sold my what?
She said, I sold the house. You got 30 days to get out.
So you were you renting, or were you
renting. I was renting a house.
and no communication prior to this?
So, think about
Was
how
he black?
No, we were in Pennsylvania.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just saying, like, what?
We were in Pennsylvania, and it was bad. Like, think about how much debt you have to be in, or the offer that someone would have had to make to say to you, yo, I want to buy your property right now, cash, and you just going to come up off of it. I'm like, if you know you needed money, you should have told me that 2-3 months ago when you realized that you needed money. what's happening? And I found myself homeless, sleeping in my car.
Nope,
And
you didn't have any children, no wife at the
I had
time. Nothing.
no wife at the time. My daughter was my daughter was 3 years old. I was forced to stay away from my daughter because of a protection from abuse order. Her mom alleged that I was abusing her. Listen, I told you we're gonna get into the things, yo. Look, I told you we was gonna get into the things. I look. You want me to tell you how I introduced my wife? Like before me and my wife got engaged, right when we first met, we asked the question and we said, tell me something that would tell me something that not many people know about you, but that would shock you. And my response to that question was, because I just want to see if you would judge me. My response was, I went to jail for domestic violence. Now,
Like, period. No leader.
no lead up, right?
Oh,
Because that's immediately going to make a whole bunch of women go pew. But when you hear the story of why I went to jail,
right.
right? You go, oh dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy, right?
So how did she react in that moment when you said that?
She said, tell me more.
Oh, okay.
She said, tell me more. And I was like, she's not judging a person based off of little information, because that's what we do sometimes. We judge people based off of a little bit of information, but when we get the whole story, we're like, oh, that makes sense. And then when she met my daughter's mother, she goes, dang, I'd have been in jail too.
I mean, I get it because listen, the women really be upset at the fact that they can't be with that man that they had the child with. So they put you guys through hell. And listen, every black man that's out there that have a child that's going through something with a black woman, I'm not sure what type of advice to give you, but stay strong, brother. But also, I need you to take accountability, because everybody choices, lines up in the situation. So
for sure,
don't always think that, it's, don't try to Lord, I'm trying to get my
say it right. They're gonna cancel you. You better say it right. Somebody coming for you in the comments right now. I swear to God.
I'm just saying, like, listen, be careful about the person that you choose to have a child with. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, definitely be careful about the person you choose to have a child with. I was young. I was 21 years old when I had my first child, and her and I could not get on the same page. We just live in different worlds, and she sees the world one way. I see the world a completely different way, and I was abused throughout my whole relationship with her, and the one time I decided to protect myself, I grabbed her, held her, and I said, listen, you need to stop or something bad is going to happen. And I was holding her so tight, I left bruises on her. 7 days later, I was getting served a PFA, protection from abuse order, at my job. And I was told to stay away from her for 2 years. I had some lawyer friends. They came with me to the courthouse, and we settled outside of court, so nothing is on my record. And they and we decided to stay away from each other for 2 years. But 6 months into that 2 years, she started reaching back out to me, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And so eventually, like an idiot, I ended up doing it, and we ended up getting back together. But she still has this protection from abuse order, which I'm like, I need you to drop this order, otherwise I could go to jail.
Right.
Order, otherwise I could go to jail, because I'm not even supposed to be with you. I'm doing so well in the insurance business. I went 2 trips. I went an all expenses paid trip to the Bahamas on a cruise. I went an all expenses paid trip to Montego Bay, Jamaica on a all expenses paid resort. We go to the cruise. She's going to go with me on both of these. I invite her to both of them. I invite her to the cruise. When you're
on some shit, Jeff.
Listen, when you're on a cruise ship, before you sail off, they run your record to make sure that you're not running away from a crime. They ran my record, so I had a PFA. They ran her record, saw she had a PFA. Her PFA was against me, regardless of whether or not we were together by choice on a cruise, enjoying unlimited drinks on the cruise. They said, you're not supposed to be with him. He not supposed to be with you. He got to get off the boat. So instead of going to the Bahamas, I went to jail, and she went to the Bahamas.
And it was nothing in that moment that she could do to convince them to not.
It was not, she started crying. I got a whole
So
video
wait, why didn't she take the protective order down before you
because
guys
then
went on the cruise?
she loses the power.
Control.
Then you lose the power when you take that down. And then even after we came back from the cruise,
Jesus.
still never took the PFA down. I had to
Still
wait
never?
14 years. I had to wait the 14. I got arrested in October. I got arrested in October. The PFA was going to be over in January, around January 15th. The cruise was in October, right? But the Montego Bay trip, I all expenses paid. That was at the end of January. I'm like, listen, we didn't get to go to the Bahamas. Let's at least go to Montego Bay, right? I'm stupid at this time. I'm stupid. I know, chat. I know.
Hey, no.
I know.
Listen, don't say you're stupid. Listen, okay?
Okay.
You weren't stupid, okay? You were dealing with certain situations and then the information that you got. That's what you was dealing with, okay?
That's what I was dealing with. That's what I was dealing with.
But don't you want
And so I offered her to go to Jamaica with me. She didn't want to go to Jamaica with me, so I went to Montego Bay, Jamaica by myself. Had a great time. Didn't get arrested this time, but yeah, instead of waking up in the Bahamas on a cruise ship in the Bahamas, my last name is Young, so they, so as soon as they got to my last name, I was the last person they checked before
right?
the whole
They about to
cruise
take off.
sailed off. Yeah, and it was my insurance company chartered the entire, so like it was the top earners from the entire company. The president of my Fortune 500 company, insurance company, was on the boat and saw me get arrested. Yes, the
And how
president.
long were you in jail for?
26 hours, the worst 26 hours of my
Okay.
life. And
But
in Fort
still.
Lauderdale, Florida. It was on a Friday, and thank God, thank God we got a judge on Saturday virtually, right? 2014. In 2014, virtual ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? We 6 years pre-pandemic at this point. And so
Right.
thankfully we was able to get a judge, and they gave me $1,000 bond. So my brother paid the bond to my cousin virtually. Can't remember how they did it or something like that, because Cash App wasn't a thing, Zelle wasn't a thing. All of those things were not a thing right now. So
right.
my cousin drove down about 2 hours. She bailed me out, and she left. Ended up going back home. I had to. Luckily, in the insurance business, I had to take care of hotels a lot often. So I booked myself a hotel. I had to book myself another flight. I had to take a taxi cab. Uber and Lyft weren't even a thing at this time, right? Like like Uber and Lyft are literally less than 15 years old. So I had to get a cab from the prison to the hotel, had to rent a room. The next morning, had to get a cab from the hotel to the airport, and then had to buy a flight back from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, back to Pennsylvania.
Thank God you had finances, because what if something would have happened like that and you had no financial support at all? Because a lot of people go through that.
Thank God. Thank God I had it. Thank God I had it. Chat, there's so much more. I'm telling y'all, we're only 3 minutes in. I don't know how much more time y'all got, but
hold on, wait. Okay, so I want to know, what were you thinking when you were booking these trips and she was telling you that she was going to cancel the protective order, but she didn't? Was this before you planned the trip or after you planned the trip?
No, so I was telling her long before I even won the trip. And then even more when I was like, yo, the date is coming and I need you to take care of this like right now before we go, because I just don't want, I didn't know that they check your stuff before. Like I
didn't know that either.
I didn't either. We were, we walked around the ship,
thinking that you guys were good,
had a good time. Then we decided to take a nap, and then they kept calling our room, and we wasn't answering because we was asleep. And then they called the room. We answered like, "Hello," and they was like, "Yes, the captain is looking for you. Can you come down to the captain's deck, please?" And we're like, "All right, what's wrong with it? What's at the captain's deck? What's down there?" And so I went down. Went downstairs. And I saw 6 police officers lined up. And then I looked at her. And then I looked back at the police officer. And he said, "You know why we here, right?" I said, "Yep, I do." He said, "You know you ain't supposed to be with her, right?" I said, "I know." He was like, "All right, man. I hate to do this, but come on, you got to come with me." And so I got arrested. And then when I got to the precinct, one of the booking officers said this to me when they heard my story, right? They said, you know how they say nice guys finish last? And I was like, yeah, man, it's terrible. He's like, well, that's not true. He said the dumb ones do. I said, oh my gosh. But I went through that because of the work that I do, and now I'm able to tell those young men, hey, listen, y'all got a year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, 40 years. I did this for 26 hours and about lost my mind.
Yeah.
Lost my mind because I'm claustrophobic, and I hate being in a situation that I can't control. And
Right.
when you're in prison, you can't control this situation. You can't control what you eat. You can't control when you use the bathroom. You can't control your bunkmate, your cellie, if you will, right? You can't control the
Hmm.
clothes you got on. You can't control when they let you out to watch Sunday NFL countdown for 3 hours, and then when the games come on at 1 o'clock, they go, all right, lock up. I'm like, what's that? What we doing? We not out the whole day? It's like, nah, lock up. Bro, y'all just let us watch 3 hours of the countdown. You're not gonna let us watch the game?
That's
That's
crazy.
wild. So you can't control that. And in like 12 hours, I was going crazy. I was going crazy because I was like, there's no reason that I should be here. Someone who's doing what I'm doing, who has the potential
Right.
that I have, who is as accomplished as I am, a college graduate at that time, only with a
Right.
bachelor's degree at the time, now I have a master's degree. But I'm like, I shouldn't be going through this. And I couldn't believe it.
I'm just lost for words. Like all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, listen. I'm telling you, I got those for days. I got those
All
for
that
days.
trauma you have experienced for less, like,
Yeah.
first of all, you have trauma when it comes to the person that you have a child with,
Mm-hmm.
then your job situation, and then your house,
Mm-hmm.
and then what? So tell me about the whole house situation. Like, what were you able? You said you were homeless,
Yeah.
so she wasn't able to find you another property,
No.
or
Heck
like
no. That's when I
you
realized.
couldn't sue her.
No,
Like,
even if I could, it would cost me more money trying to sue her than it would to just find another apartment. So in
yeah.
11 days, this is when I found the insurance business, right? In 11 days, I got into the insurance business. I doubled my income.
Okay.
But and then I also found another apartment with the same amount of rooms, paying less money. So I was only
Okay.
homeless for about 11 days. But
Okay.
when I was even doing
Gee.
that, when I was in the insurance business, I would oftentimes the way I won my trip to Montego Bay
Hmm.
and the cruise to the Bahamas, they would call us to do, so we would do open enrollments for people. So open enrollments is like when we doing your health insurance, but because of the supplemental insurance company that I work for, I would also add on additional insurance. And so they would make us go out other places, but you had to fund all of that yourself because we were
Mm.
1099. We were basically business owners.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so I didn't have money to pay for a hotel. So I would drive and I would sleep in my car. I would drive and I would sleep in my car. And during the winter times, open enrollment is when? November, December.
November. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
November,
So
December.
wintertime, January, right? You know what I'm saying? So during them times, I would drive to Memphis, to Detroit, Michigan, to San Antonio, Texas, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and contrary to popular belief, it gets cold in Texas. Okay, and so what I would do is
Really?
it gets cold in Texas. It gets cold in Texas. It dang sure gets cold in Michigan, and it gets cold in Memphis. Trust and believe. So during those times, what I would do is I would sleep in my car for weeks at a time. I'd be gone for 17 days, and I would spend 17 days sleeping in my car because,
Mm.
again, they wouldn't pay for our hotel. They wouldn't pay for our flight. So I drive my 2007 Nissan Altima from Pennsylvania to Texas. It would take 20 hours to drive there, and I would take breaks and I would sleep in the car, and I would wake up every hour and I would blast the heat in my car for about 10 minutes to let the
Mm.
heat get in. And I would curl myself back up in the blanket in my sleeping bag and I would go to sleep for an hour. And then in another hour, I would wake back up. I would blast the heat and I would go back to sleep. And I would do that often. I would do that every single hour until it was time for me to wake up. And then I would go in the insurance business. Then I would work a 12-hour shift. I had a membership at the YMCA. I would go to the
Mhm.
YMCA. I would get a little workout in. I would take me a shower. I would go to work 12 hours. I would go back, sleep in my car. And then in the mornings, what I would do is I would sleep outside of a hotel that had free continental breakfast. So
You were smart.
come on now, come on now. Listen, when you sleep outside of that hotel that got free continental breakfast, what I would do, what I would do is, I would wait. The front desk lady is always watching. She always watching. She always looking, trying to make sure. Like, man, y'all gonna throw this nasty food away anyway.
But anyway, right.
So just let me take some, right? So I would walk in with my bags in my hand as though I had left
I'm
my
saying,
bags the night before, and I would have my bags and I would look at my watch and I would go, should I eat breakfast? I don't know if I got time to eat. All right, let me just sit and
you're
eat breakfast.
hilarious.
Let me just sit and eat breakfast real quick. And I would eat breakfast. And then the moment she would go into that side room, that side office that's
You'll
always
be
right there, I'm darting straight out the door. I would just go around and I would scoot out the back door, and that's how I ate breakfast. And then I would go to the Y, take my shower, and then I would go and I would work 12 hours enrolling people in their health insurance.
wow.
Yeah.
Just wow. Like he didn't listen. I'm blown away. And we only 21 minutes in, okay?
Listen, I'm
Jesus.
coming in hot.
So is that when you realize like you being homeless, you being into jail,
Hmm.
that was your switch to be like, okay, yeah, no, this
Yeah.
I gotta make a change. And you said that you started your insurance company 11 days later after the whole jail situation, your house situation.
After the house situation and after being fired, yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then when did you make that switch to be like, this woman is not the person that I need to be with because she's sending me to jail?
Yeah, I think I went to jail in 2015, and then in 2016, I left the insurance business. I was making about $70,000 a year, and if you know anything about Pennsylvania, $70,000 a year, you're rich. I had a 3-bedroom house for less than $600 in Pennsylvania, so it shows you that the cost of living in Pennsylvania. And so at 70,000, and in the insurance business, you just keep climbing up. The next year, I was poised to make about 120, 130, but I
Mm-hmm.
quit the insurance business, and I said I need to go back to school,
Okay.
to complete my master's degree, because I was listening to my mentors, Eric Thomas and Les Brown, Dr. Miles Monroe, Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor. I'm listening to all of these guys. And
Mm-hmm.
Eric Thomas, specifically, Inky Johnson as well, he spoke out to me when he said, I make $50,000 an hour. Huh?
That's right.
To do to do what?
But right.
So I talk. Corporate America pay me $50,000 an hour. How do I do what you do? Cause I
Mm-hmm.
could talk. Oh, I mean, I could talk for sure. My story sounds just like yours. You was homeless, born in an abandoned building. Les Brown. ET took 12 years to get a 4-year degree. He homeless, ate out of trash cans. Ran away from home. Steve Harvey slept in his car. I'm like, I done did all of those things. So what's good? How do I do what you do? And I start in the insurance business, you have to stay motivated because you work on flat commission. If you don't sell policies, you don't make any money. And I would listen to motivational speakers. And so eventually I got to the point where
Mm-hmm.
I started to believe that it was
Building up that confidence.
me. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I can do this. And so I left the insurance business. I went back to working at a call center for the American Red Cross, and I got my master's degree. Right there, I finished with a 3.7 GPA. My master's degree is in conflict resolution, and so I'm a professional problem solver. And during that
That's
time, that's
right.
when I realized in 2016, like, yo, I got to be done with her, and I have to be done
I'm
with
sorry, you said 2000 and what?
2016. Yep, I went back to school in 2016, and then I moved back to the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, in 2018 after I completed my master's. But in 2016, I said to her, I said, listen, in 2 years I'm leaving, whether you on this ride or not, but I'm leaving in 2018. She didn't believe me. I said, nah, I'm leaving, Slim. I'm
It
leaving. I
took you
gotta.
2 years to leave that girl that put you in jail?
It took me 5 years to leave her. Yeah, it took
Okay.
me. She put me in jail in 2015, but before that, it was. I mean, it was beatings, rip tank tops, scratches, blood, face, all of it. It took me 5. I should have the first. I should have left her the first day she did what she did. When I first met her, a week later, she came to my
Yeah.
house. Her and a friend. We were going to a party, and she took her purse and she hit my neighbor's house. There was a cat in the window. She hit a neighbor's house. The neighbor comes out. It's like, why you hit my house? And she cussed the neighbor out. And
Girl, it's just
I
like a
should have taken
terrorist.
warning right there, but I didn't. Proximity is a mofo, and listening and following the wrong head is also not is also not a good situation. And so, and
Yeah.
in that situation, so yeah, it took me about 5 years to leave that situation. But thankfully, I eventually mustered up enough confidence to leave that
To
situation.
leave.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Okay, well, yeah, we going. Congratulations to you for leaving
Thank you.
5 years later. But I mean, I get it. It's not easy to be. When we get into these relationships with people, we build connection, chemistry, and all these things with people, right? So people always make it seem like it's so easy to just let go of a detachment, really, and it's really not. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength to do so. And if you don't have the right people feeding into you, that's how you just get stuck in that loophole. So I understand. I haven't been in your, I'm in that place, like when it comes to relationship, but not,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'll say too, what also led to that was when you're in a place when you have nobody, no family, no friends, and you're really isolated from the world, it makes you.
Mm,
That's how a lot of abusive relationships happen. Is that they isolate
yeah,
you from everything and everybody, and make
right.
you feel like you need them. And so I isolated myself away from everybody, moved to where she was, and it was just the only family that I had there that was related to me was my daughter. That was it. So.
What made you move away from your family?
Yeah, so I realized that in order to have what you want in this world, you're going to have to sacrifice almost everything. And
Oh,
in order,
yeah,
and in order for somebody to make the first quantum leap in our family,
right.
to make that 7 figures, that millionaire, somebody's going to have to make the ultimate sacrifice. And I told myself that I'm willing to accept and take whatever comes with me
With
making
that.
this leap, that if I have to be a deadbeat dad because you ran away from your responsibilities, you left your
Mm-hmm.
daughter in Pennsylvania, if I got to take all of that to make sure that my daughter is taken care of in her future life, I'm willing
Mm-hmm.
to make that concession. Like I would rather leave her here with her mom and ensure and secure her future for herself. And that's
Right.
what I was able to do, is I was able to secure her future, and it provided an extra sense of motivation, if you will, when I came back down to Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
because like I can't fail, because if
Right.
I fail, everything that I've done to this point would have been for
Would
nothing.
be pointless.
Yeah,
Right.
it would
Right.
have been for nothing. So for me, it was like you gotta, if you want to take the island, you gotta burn the ships, and so
Right.
I burned the ships.
So, okay. So, what is the biggest lie young men are told about success or masculinity? Am I pronouncing it right? I
Yeah,
pronounced it
masculinity. So there,
right. Masculinity.
yeah, no, that's okay. So the biggest lie that young men are told about success and masculinity is there's the best way to achieve success is through illegal matters, selling dope, selling drugs,
Right.
scamming. That's one of the biggest lies ever, is that they think that's
Mm-hmm.
money when it's not.
Right.
They think that posting pictures online with money is money. And it's not like that. Like that. Like when I realized that $5,000 was not a lot of money, and I
Oh
could
yeah.
go $5,000 in an instant. That like that's not a do. I got one per. I can do like this, and that's $5,000 right there. That's not
Hmm.
that's not a lot of money, right? So I think that lie that we're told
Hmm.
is that this is the best way for you to live the life that you desire to live. And it's not the best way. There's so many other ways to make money.
Right, because they don't have that proper guidance and they see it on TV and
Mhm.
also being out in the streets. They just
Yep.
automatically gravitate to that because that is all you see.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Even today, right? I
Yeah.
mentor program today with some middle school students, and they're talking about a 90-day run, and I'm like, what's a 90-day run? They're like, when you just get money for 90 days, and I'm like, and then what? And like you just
Right.
no matter how you get it, you just get money for 90 days. I'm like, what type of money? Like illegal money or legal money? Illegal, it don't matter. I'm like, that's dumb, bro.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Y'all don't even have nobody in your life that's telling you that the stuff you're doing is dumb. They're not even challenging you to say, bro, this is
Right.
dumb. Because when you get money, you can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it. You can't go and get an apartment or you can't go get a house or an apartment. Why? Because they're going to ask you, do you have a job? They need some sort of money coming in that's documented, legal on paper. That's not going to get you. You need a car. You can buy a car flat out cash, but if you want to buy a
Hmm.
really nice car, you can't do that either because they're going to ask you for a job. If you go to the bank, I worked at a bank for 3 years. If
Yep.
you go to a bank and you deposit $10,000 and they're going to ask you, what's your job? You're going to say,
We
I don't have a job. And in 2 weeks, you're
flag.
going to deposit $2,000 more, and he still don't have a job. Account is flagged already. You're
Right.
immediately your account is being escalated to the
To
the
authorities.
yeah, to the authorities,
Yeah.
to the FBI, and now they're watching every purchase
Every single thing you're doing.
and in
Yep.
everything that you do. That's why you see all of the drug dealers. That's why in the black community they say we don't trust banks because that's what illegal money makes you do, not trust banks.
Thanks.
That's why
Yeah,
you
that's true.
see them
That's true.
got money all over their arms and they always got all of their money on them because they can't put it in the banks because they can't tell the bank where they're getting the money from. They can't tell the bank where they get the money from. So you can't do
Mm.
nothing, bro. You tied up. And think you gonna put that house in your mama's name. Think you gonna put that house in your girl's name, bro. She gonna kick you out. Or your mom, even no matter what house you try to get and put it in your mom's name, she still has to prove that she makes enough money
It's that money.
to
Right.
afford this house, bro.
Right.
Look.
They don't because they don't know of things like that. So when they get that money, it's just fast money. That's what it is. Just
It's
fast
flex
money.
money. It's flex money and look cool.
I mean,
A lot of times they flexing with the re-up money. That's what it is. Like they not this ain't profit.
no.
This ain't profit. You flexing with the re-up money. You got to give that back to your supplier.
Right.
You got to give that back to your supplier. That's what you got to do. Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you can't show me 5,000, 10,000 right now, like, and that's yours.
Right.
That's not.
We're not talking about taxes.
Yeah, we ain't talking about taxes. Like that's yours, young fella. Dude, I charge $7,000 an hour to speak, bro. Come on, yo. Like I can come on now. Like that's the biggest lie that we've been told. And that's a lie that's continuing to be told. When I was growing up, my dad made me hate the drug dealers. These dudes, they still like the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? They still like them. They still, try to be them, try to emulate them. And I just tell them, man, look, listen, there's ways that you can get legal money. I started a new company, social media marketing. I told
Right.
go on Coursera, you get the 7-day free trial on Coursera, take the social media management course. You'll be certified through Meta to run
Mm-hmm.
social media marketing
Social media marketing.
and ads on Facebook and Instagram, two of the biggest platforms in the entire world. I just signed a new company. I'm managing their social media for $2,000 a month, and I just create 20 videos a month and 8 graphics a month, and I use AI to do all of it.
Look at you giving them knowledge to be able to
It's so easy.
be well.
It's so
Yeah.
because I asked them the question, not what did you do to get in here? No, what were you trying to accomplish
Accomplish. Right.
to the thing that
And what was
in here?
what they say?
Money. One, money, and the other one is revenge, respect, and principle. Whose principle? Who's respect? Respect about what?
Respect what? Right.
What is it that we're respecting?
And revenge on who and what and who?
And did you get the revenge? I mean, nah, he got away. So wait, you telling me he out there, you in here?
Here.
How did the revenge go?
Make this make sense, baby. Like what?
How did the revenge go, boo boo? Because I don't see revenge at all. And so if money and money, you know, money along with them things, if money is your problem, let's solve the money problem. Let's get
Right.
you a skill that people are willing to pay money for.
Capable.
Let's
Right.
let's car detailing. I tell them the same thing. Stop going out and being these squeegee boys that's cleaning. No, bro, go to Walmart, get you to, or go to AutoZone, get you the car detailing bucket. It's gonna cost you $50. Go to a nice neighborhood, say, knock on the door. Hey, listen, I want to do tell them a gentle detail. I want to do a gentle detail of your car every single weekend so that when you get in your car on Monday morning, it's fresh and it smells like one of them little pine cone trees. I want you to take everything that's valuable out of your car. So
He giving y'all ideas.
because take everything valuable out of your car because I don't want there to be no mistakes if something comes up missing. Take everything valuable out of your car. Don't give me your car keys. I want you to unlock the car. I'm going to clean your car. I'm going to vacuum your car. I'm going to wash it down. I'm going to wipe it down. Everything is going to be good. You're going to come out, check it. I'm going to charge you $40. It's going to take me 30 minutes to do it. $40, 30 minutes, that's $80 an hour. You do 8 cars, 8 hours, that's what? $1,600 on in a weekend? Come on, yo. And then and in 2 weeks, you go back to the same houses.
Yep.
Every 2 weeks, you go back to the same houses.
But see, they don't think about stuff because they don't have the guidance. They don't have, that type of structure because a lot of, boys growing up, they don't have dads. And then even if they do have a dad, like some of them weren't taught certain things like that before. So, they're all just operating out of, the unknown.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you said that because you didn't just come out and just know all these things. Did you get this information from your dad or you just had mentors? But like before your mentors, where did all this knowledge come from?
Yeah, my dad was a hustler his whole entire life, and my dad taught us how to go and get money. So when we were younger, we would gas, shovel snow, rake leaves, anything just to get money, right? We would carry groceries, stand outside of the grocery store and carry groceries to the car for women. And that's where the the hustle bug came from was when we were younger, man. I mean, now we spent a whole lot of money on Pokemon cards when we was younger, right?
Yes, Pokemon
and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but we was getting money to do the stuff that we want. We bought rollerblades, skateboards, basketball, whatever it was that we wanted. We did that. That's where it came from. It really came from my dad teaching us how to hustle the right way and teaching us that there was value in our hustle. And ever since then, I just continue to get ideas about how to make money, about how to make influence, in my life. And then what I decided to do was pass that knowledge down to other people. Like, I wish I would have known about the gentle detailing when I was a kid, because I'd have been doing gentle detailing a long time ago. I wish, I wish there was some things that was available now. Like right now is the easiest time in the world to make money as a young person. There's no excuse as to why you can't make money right now as a teenager. If you 13, 14, 15, you can't get a job until you're 16. Some jobs will hire you at 15, but you can't get a job until you're 16 years old. There is no reason why you're not making money right now. The only reason is because you just don't want to make money. You don't want to do the work required in order to make money.
Right. That's exactly what that is. You don't want to put in the work to be able to make the money. And people are going through that right now.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're going to pivot into fatherhood.
Okay.
How did becoming a father change the way you see responsibilities and legacy?
It changed the way that I see legacy because I had to make the tough choice whether or not I wanted to stay in Pennsylvania and limit my options financially and potentially, or move back to the DMV where I knew I would be a small fish in a big pond. And I chose to move back. And my legacy of carrying my name and what we stood for had to increase. And I was willing to make the sacrifices that was required for our family to ascend what it meant to be a young. And what was the second part? Read me the question one more time. I'm sorry.
Um, so what becoming a father change how did becoming a father change the way you see responsibility and legacy?
Responsibility. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So that was legacy. In terms of responsibility,
Yeah.
and it's interesting. I recently went through a situation with my daughter. She came to live with me in 2024, in October 2024. Now, my daughter has never made the honor roll ever in her life. My daughter has an IEP, an individual education plan, because she struggled her whole entire life. My daughter was held back in the first grade, and she's dealt with a lot of challenges emotionally, mentally, and educationally. She came to live with me in October of 2024. And this year, in the first quarter, she made honor roll for the first time in her life in the eighth grade. She had a 3.4
Wow.
GPA. Yeah, and we were in the process of working off her IEP, because her IEP wasn't because she had a learning disability. Her IEP was simply because she was so far behind, because she didn't have the proper makeup and dynamic that she needed in order to excel, because of that time where I left and I wasn't there. And so she made the honor roll 3.14, and then for the second quarter she made the honor roll again 3.28. And what we did was, when she made the honor roll that first time, my wife and I, we showered her with gifts and with love to let her know that this is the new standard that's set for you, because
Right.
this is what you are capable of doing. And it meant a lot to me to see her grow in that way. And I've always told her that when you walk out of the house, when you are with your mom, that it's different when you walk out of the house and you're with me, because of what I do. Your dad makes a really good living invoicing the school system to let them know that, hey, I know what I'm doing, and it's because of what I did for my younger brother, and it's also proof because of what I just did for you.
Right.
We took you as a 2.0 and below student to now a 3.0 student. How does that happen?
Right.
That happen, right? It happens because what I'm saying and what I'm doing, it works. It absolutely works. And so fatherhood taught me that teach your kids responsibility and what it means to bear the last name that they have, right? Even if they have the mom's last name, right? Mom, they need to understand that when they walk out of the house, they represent you. And enough kids don't understand that. When you go, you can't walk out of the house as a regular kid no more. You represent me. Your dad does really well and charges a lot of money. I need you to if I can't invoice these schools tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars saying that I can help your kids get right, if I can't help my own kid get right,
Right.
I need you to be the right place. So it taught me that the value of the last name, and then in regards to the legacy, the importance of ensuring that our last name would live on forever. And I knew that someone was going to need to make that sacrifice, and it was going to be me.
So I want to know, like, do you think the reason that your daughter wasn't able to succeed like that with her mom, because you were absent, or just because of the environment she was in?
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily because I was absent. I think it was because of the environment. I think what we instilled in her, her mom could have instilled in her, or anyone that was there could have instilled that in her, which was discipline, which was self control, which was consistency, which was a prioritization of education. and she just didn't prioritize education. When she
Mm.
came home here, you know, she just go upstairs, and I'm like, hey, don't you got homework? What's going on? What?
Oh, okay.
I'm not used to coming
Yeah,
home
I
doing
get that.
homework. What you mean you
Right,
don't
right,
come home
right.
doing homework? How did you do this when you was there? What would you do after school? I would just go outside and just make beads and stuff. No, 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 no. We don't do that. When you come home, you got 30 minutes to yourself. And then after that, let's get this work, Slim. Let's get this work. And then once we done with the work,
30 minutes.
you got 30 minutes to yourself. What we doing?
30 minutes.
30 minutes to yourself. And that alarm need to be going off. And then we need to get the work. The quicker you get the work done, the quicker you get to go. But even with her, once you got the work done, you were so far behind.
Oh yeah, I get that.
You know, ain't no look, you know, do your homework. It's gonna take you 2 hours. No, you got 2 hours of schoolwork, and then you got 2 hours of daddy work. Because we need to catch up. We trying to play catch up. You trying to learn stuff and learn what you also didn't learn for the last 5 years. So yeah, no, you got 30 minutes.
That's wonderful, because a lot of people don't have patience to do that, and that's probably why, you know, she was spiraling like that, because her mom probably was working. She didn't, you know, had the time to actually pour into her daughter when it came to like her studies. And that's exactly like where she probably got that from. She probably got that from her mom, because, you know, she wasn't taught that, you know. Like you said, when she came home, she would just go upstairs and watch TV, because she didn't have the proper guidance to do that, because her mother probably didn't see that growing up.
Yeah,
So
no.
I mean,
didn't see it.
I get that.
Very little structure involved in it, and because of that, you know, she suffered where you know, we had to instill a lot of those different values where it's like, you know, you come home, you know, 30 minutes to yourself, get you a snack, you know what I'm saying, eat something, you know what I'm saying, do all of this stuff. Like I tell this story in one of my speeches. I said when my daughter came to live with me, she poured water in her cereal, and that wasn't the part that scared me the most.
I mean, but go ahead.
That wasn't the part that scared me the most.
What was the part?
The scariest part was she didn't even ask for help.
Oh.
She just said, let me just pour this in. As opposed to saying, she knew I had to drop her brother off and come back. She knew I was gone. Sanaya, you know I got to come back. Said, Daddy, on your way home, can you buy some milk? No, she just decided to wake up and just pour some cereal and some water. No, baby girl. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm not hurt by that. I'm hurt that you felt like you couldn't even ask.
You couldn't ask me. Right.
Right. And that's a lot of again, a lot of youth, they feel like they can't ask for help. They feel
help, right.
Even if I ask, he gonna say he ain't got it, right? Because when I ask back at home with mommy, she usually say, I ain't got it. You know, you gotta, you know, no, ask. I got a couple dollars for milk, Slim. I know milk is $5 a gallon today. I got a couple. Yeah, that was the part that hurt me the most. Was that she didn't ask.
Wow, that you did say that she has been working through a lot of, you know, mental restraints, and I commend you, because from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you're a phenomenal dad, and I just want to commend you, because it's not a lot of fathers out here that take control of the structure of, you know, their kids, or even want to even care about that, you know, or even want to take care of their kids, right? So I just commend you for that. I don't have any kids. That's my kid right there. But yeah, so I just commend you for that, and I'm pretty sure she's doing better now, thanks to you.
Yeah.
But wow.
Well, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Because life is about choices, and I tell her this all the time. Life is about choices, and you will forever get your choices in life. And it's about whether you make good choices or bad choices. And she chose to go back and live with her mom a week ago. 8 days ago, 9 days ago. She chose back to go live with her mom. Because it's hard living here, right? It's hard.
Yeah, because you have a lot of structure. I get that.
It's hard living here, right?
I get that.
But she chose to go back and live with her mom, and I said, I can't make you stay. I love you. I want you to stay.
Right.
If I had it my way, that wouldn't even be an option. But if this is what you so desire, then I
Yeah.
gotta, I gotta do what I gotta do. And this is it. I gotta let you go, and I gotta let you see the difference that, your life and your promise is better here. And I know she knows
Hmm.
that, but even still, that's not gonna that wasn't something that kept her here. And so yeah, like 9 days ago, she chose to go back and live with her mom. And funny, she just texted me. She got a new cell phone with her mom, but she chose to go back and live with her mom. And I mean, man, it's you can do everything,
Right,
and it
but
still not
yeah,
be enough, and it still not be enough, right? When you don't give into their demands and give into what they want, the child speaking,
right.
it can still be tough. But I'm like, dude, you get what you want, right? You got a nice house. You got your own bedroom. You got your own bathroom at 14 years old. I had to share a bathroom with 5 people growing up. You got your own bathroom, Slim. No, the guests, when they come over, won't even use your bathroom. You got your own bathroom. You got your own bedroom.
I hear what you're saying, right? But sometimes when it comes to kids, like we don't really care about that type of stuff.
Yeah, I
Did you
know.
ask her like what was the reason? What made her make that choice to go back to her mom? Because maybe it's something that she's. I'm not saying you might be lacking or you might not be lacking. It's
Yep.
just her want to have a little bit of freedom, but you never know.
And that's what it was. It just wasn't enough freedom. And real quick, let me say this because it's on my mind. So she's on a softball team, she's in therapy, and she's on a step team. So she's doing really good, right? Well, was doing really good. And so one of the biggest reasons why she said that she didn't want to be here anymore is because it's too many rules. I like it better at mommy's house
Mm,
because daddy has too many rules. And the rules are simple. Just follow the rules, right, of the house,
yeah,
and we get to have fun. We told her, if you make the honor roll all 4 quarters, we'll take you to New York and we'll take you shopping.
girl,
We'll take you to New
listen.
York and we'll take you shopping, right? We gonna have there's a lot of demand because when you're at school, you have to act and behave a certain way. Her school is gonna pay me a couple $1,000 to run a 6-week program there. And I'm like, Sanaya, like I can't have you this stuff that's coming back to me from your teachers. I can't have this stuff, Slim. Like, come on.
Get that, but maybe she felt like you were putting too much pressure on her
There's a
to even
lot of
sustain.
pressure.
Okay, so I hear you, right?
Okay, play
But
devil's
you
advocate.
coming
I
up,
need it.
yeah, but you coming up, right?
Yep.
I get that. You got the structure from your dad, but she's a girl, baby, a soft little girl
I know.
inside, and you putting all this pressure on her is making her retreat and like come back like that's probably why she didn't want that. I get it. But imagine how she feel. Oh, I gotta be all these things, and mind you, in the Black community, as a woman, we have to be all these things
Mhm,
anyway. So
mhm.
getting it from her dad is not going to help it.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
daddy, I get it. You're a good dad, but tone it down a little bit.
I
She's a
know,
girl.
man. I know.
She's a
I
girl.
know, man. I know. And I wish it was different. Like I wish it was different. I wish it could be different. Like I'm like that. And I mean, I was hard, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm very straightforward. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be this way. Like, come on, yo. Like I'm trying to do something. And
But
it would
why?
have been easier for her if she grew up in it versus all of the freedom in the world to virtually no freedom at all, right? And a lot of it because of her choices. All right, let's a lot of it because of her choices of what she chooses to post on social media, a little promiscuous, a little. I wouldn't want my dad to see that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want my mom, nobody in my family to see that. And so I'm like, why are you posting that? And so, a lot of those things. And so we had to like reel her back in and allow her to gain some of those freedoms. Like, listen,
Mhm.
bef-
So I
before
want to
she
touch
left, she
on
didn't even have a
something.
door. I took the door off the hinge.
Listen, okay. Why did you why did you do that? Why did you take her door? I get it. Like
Off
y'all
the
want to
hinges.
discipline, but y'all have to understand like
Help
when
me
it comes to
understand.
kids, you want them to feel safe just like you want to feel safe. You want them
Yep.
to openly communicate with you so they don't have to run out to other people and make
Yep.
bad decisions. And I feel like just from what you're telling me, that you are not allowing her to feel safe to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that you have some rules and, you know, regulations that she has to abide by. But the thing is, like, when it comes to all this structure,
Yeah.
why do you want so much control? Because that's what structure come from, control.
Again, I hate when I can't have control. This is the Virgo in me, right?
You gotta fix that,
Because
babe.
I know. Listen. God is doing a work on me, and my therapist is too, right? And so like,
Okay.
it's the reason why I wanted so much control over her and her decision making was because, you know, rumors being started around the school about
Get
sexual
that.
things
Right.
that she's engaging in, which she said that she wasn't, but you know, vape pens being in the mix, right? You taking a vape in the school and your friend getting a vape sent to my house. What are we talking
I
about,
mean,
right?
I get
And
it.
so she lost all of these privileges, right? And all of these sexually explicit text messages
Okay.
and pictures and all of this stuff sent through Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Now we need to reel all of that back,
Okay.
right?
I'm hearing you. I get it. I have a niece. She a little curious. I can totally get it, because at growing up we wasn't like that as kids, right? But now this generation is like, they want to put everything out there. They're doing
Everything
so right. They're doing so much stuff that we had a little bit of, you know, a little bit of access to, but not all of the access, right?
right.
So I can understand why you want to have that type of control, because you don't want her to go down, you know, those paths. But honestly, Dad, she gonna make the choices regardless if you in it or not.
I know.
And you have to be okay with accepting the fact that you learn something out today or tomorrow, and be okay with it, and still love her,
Yeah.
and still give her guidance,
Yeah.
and still be able to make her feel safe that she can come to you, because she should have been able to come to you and say, hey, Daddy, is this okay if I order this pen for my friend and get it at this house, instead of just going behind your back? Because she feels so scared. I'm not saying that she felt scared, but because you felt all the pressure that you're putting on her,
Yeah.
she felt like she had to sneak.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
I can accept that. I can accept that for sure. I can accept.
but I get it. She's a teenager.
No,
Kids do kid shit. Okay, we did kid shit.
I know. Look, I smoked my first cigarette at 12.
Wait, what?
I smoked my first cigarette at 12 years old. I said, ugh, I'll never do this again. Because all I did was just. Is this supposed to make you do this?
I get it.
No,
I mean, you curious, you try stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and then a lot of kids, we do stuff because we see stuff and we think it's okay. But you have to allow your kids to be able to come to you and have that open communication to talk about certain things. So, you know, but a kid gonna be a kid, and they're gonna do whatever you want to do because you did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be mad, but it don't change the fact that you don't love her.
Yep.
And you ain't gonna, you know, it don't change the fact that you ain't gonna be there for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Even in the choice that she made, like I still love
Right.
her. I you know, I'm gonna love you. I'm always gonna take care of you. I'm gonna always be here. But you know, choice.
Yeah, choices. I made a video today about, first you make a decision, then you make a choice, and then it comes with consequences.
That's
And you
it.
have to be okay with every single consequence that came with those decisions and those choices.
Yep.
And then you have to, even if it's a bad choice or a good choice, you have to be okay with stepping into those choices and be able to navigate it, regardless if it's good or bad.
Yep.
And that's just what it is.
That's it. And
Yeah.
I know, you know what I mean? I know she's settled in her choice, but I don't think it'll last long.
That's good that you have faith that it's not gonna last long. Yeah, I mean, I hope it don't. She might get over there and be like, "Listen, it ain't like this over Daddy house."
Because it ain't
at Daddy house.
Because it ain't. It's a difference. You understand?
But don't be trying to like listen. Don't be putting it in her head like, oh yeah, we better over here at daddy house and over mommy house.
Nah, I don't listen. I don't. If I had it my way, I'd never speak to her mom again. I ain't got nothing bad to say. Like I've done everything that I could say. Sanaya, I don't want to talk about your mom. I don't want to talk about her. I don't know.
I get
Daddy
that.
don't want
Yeah,
because
and
I
you
learned
should.
if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. You love your mom. I don't want. I'm not interested in changing
Yeah,
your perception of your mom. You gonna figure that out for yourself.
right,
You gonna
right.
figure that stuff
Yeah,
out for yourself.
give her the
When you get older,
opportunity.
yeah, when you get older and you start realizing, you'll see at some
Yeah,
point.
we always do.
Yeah,
We always do.
for sure,
It's
man.
just a matter of time.
I'm doing way too much in life to hold grudges and to hold, to hold any animosity towards anybody. Like I can't. It costs too much of your mental
Oh
space.
yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
To hold those things in. And so, for me, I I wish your mom the best, baby. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Okay, let me get into a question.
All right.
What's a mindset shift that took you from survival mode to actually wanting more out of life? I mean, you already said it before. Your whole history,
Yeah.
going to jail, losing your house,
Yeah.
your daughter's situation, domestic violence.
Domestic violence. Um, I would say the mindset shift that took place for me was from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And a fixed mindset essentially says, I don't have a desire to get better. I know what I know, and I don't want to learn from anybody else. But a growth mindset says, I'm willing to accept challenges. I'm willing to accept opportunities. I'm willing to challenge myself to get better and be a better person. I'm willing to study. I'm willing to learn. You can do anything in this world, but you have to pay, right? You have to pay to do the
Right.
things that you want, and you can pay one
It's
of two
true.
ways. You can pay with money and get the shortcut, or you can
What?
pay with
Or
time. You can pay with time, and you can take the amount of time it's required to learn. Now, if you're
yeah,
like me, I didn't have the money to take the shortcut, so I had to pay
right.
with an extreme amount of time.
Extremely amount.
Yeah, so I paid with my time and I studied and I learned and I just did exactly what the greats did. The people who are successful, I took everything that they learned, everything that they said in their podcasts that are free, in their books that are free, and everything that is free. I took all of those things and then I just applied them to my life. And that was the mindset shift that went from me from failure consciousness to success consciousness, from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, from a poor mindset to a wealthy mindset. T. Harv Eker, in the book Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, he talks about the difference between the two different mindsets. And a poor mindset, operates one way, and a wealthy
Hmm.
mindset operates in another way. And you've got to decide, who do you want to be? And I said, well,
Exactly.
listen, I want to be, I want to be successful, so I got to operate like the wealthy people do. I got to do what they do. They
Yes.
read, they study, they know how to write. They know how to run a business. They know about credit. They know about business credit. They know about funding, mutual funds, life insurance. They know all of these things. I don't know
Yeah.
any of these things.
Right.
Stocks,
Right.
bonds. I don't know any of these things. Well, how am I going to learn? How am I going to be successful if I don't know any of these things?
Hmm.
So that was the shift that took place.
I love that. I'm listen. I'm doing that right now, studying and all the things that you just
Yeah.
said. That's where I'm at. And I probably need some advice from you. Shoot.
Hey, look, ask away because we got time. We got time.
So, what do you think? What do people understand about men who are trying to rebuild their lives? That, yeah, I'm sorry. I said understand. Misunderstand.
Understand. Yeah, that the amount of time that he is going to have to put in is going to force him to not be as present as he once was. And it's funny. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and just yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I told him, I said, man, sometimes women will tell you that their love language is quality time when their actual love language is quantity time. Meaning, if they was okay with quality time, this once every 2 weeks of like uninterrupted me and you focus would be good enough.
You would think that would be enough,
You would think that would be enough. Well, no, they want you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and it's like, no,
yeah,
baby, like, no, I might have to isolate myself, even from mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt,
yeah,
uncle, grandma, grandpa. Hey, I got to go on a journey right now. And I'm going to talk to you less, but it's not because I love you less. It's only
right.
because I got to
I'm trying to
focus
become
on
a
something, and
right.
I have to like lock in
Like
for like
in right.
2 years and wake up early, take care of my body, eat good, go to, you know what I'm saying, work out. I got to read. I got to work. I got to go to my second job. I got to come home. I got to sleep. I got to read. I got to work. I got to work out. I got to go to my second job. I got to read. I got to work. And it's going to take an absurd amount of time in order to do that. And I think that's sometimes what people misunderstand is the amount of dedication that is going to take from him. And he just needs you to support that. And it's only a season, typically about 2 years. To really like if you grinding for 2 years, you can change your life in those 2 years, where you can buy some of your time back. Because in those 2 years, because your house is only a hotel at that point. You know, your bedroom is only a hotel at that point. So don't spend money on nothing. So I think where men get misunderstood, in that regard, is that when they isolate themselves, it's not because of, stress, or they dislike you or anything like that. It's just that he's focusing on something right now, and find out what that focus is, and find out and say, what do you need from me in order to help you focus more on that? Or what can I add to help you focus better? Right. And
Right.
again, it's seasons. A lot of times it's seasons. And as he goes through that season, I think the people around him, should definitely support him through that season.
I hear you say that, right? But one thing about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you said the whole 2 years of isolation,
Mm-hmm.
but why men don't think that they cannot do that with that person?
I think
Like you feel like you have to be isolated. How come you
No,
can't
I don't
feel?
think you necessarily have to be like totally isolated to do it.
Mhm.
I just think the amount of mental space and work that it's going to require, you got to realize that you're not going to get the amount of time that you want if you require a lot of time. Like if you
Okay.
require him to be present 2 to 3 days out of the week, what, you're not going to get that.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now I hear what you're saying, because I was like, you think it's not, you're not,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're not capable of. Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, no,
Okay.
no. He can definitely do it, but I just think, babe, listen,
Yeah.
for this time of this time,
Communication. Yeah.
I'm going to be focused here, locked in. I'm going to do this, and it's again, and I'm not going to walk past you and be like, I don't even see this dude. No, you know what I'm saying. It just might be it might feel a little robotic and a little gone through the metric. Hey,
Yeah.
babe, what's up? You good? You all right? Okay. Like if you need anything, you good? Okay. All right. Well, you told me no, so I'm going over here. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get that.
Yeah. Yeah. So those
I
kind of
get that,
things.
but I feel like a lot of women, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on like your how emotional mature you are
Mhm.
and intelligent you are, if you're able to do that with your partner. Some people are and some people aren't, but it's all spans of like communicate. You have
Yeah.
to be able to effectively communicate your needs
Yep.
when you have that partner, so they won't be feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand it, but that's not right now. I think we're starting to learn how to communicate, but we're not
Yeah.
all way there yet. Mental health just came like this big plaque of, we working on it right now. But
Right.
before, we wasn't operating like this
Mental health. Who?
before.
I ain't crazy.
Exactly, right?
I ain't crazy. You need somebody to tell you what to do. Like, nah, man.
Listen,
Sometimes I just need to know if I'm crazy because of the way I'm thinking. You
right,
know
I
what I'm saying?
get that.
My therapist has saved a whole lot of lives. Y'all need to be thanking her. You know what I'm saying?
Not a whole lot of lies.
Man, she didn't save the whole. He didn't save. She didn't save. They didn't save a whole lot of lives, man. Y'all should be thankful that they talked me off this ledge.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. Because I was so against growing up. I was so against therapy growing up. Like
Yeah.
I gotta talk to a shrink. They gotta know my business. No. That's private, because growing up we were told to keep everything in. What stays in this house is
Uh-huh.
supposed to be in this house, right? So I was so against therapy, but now I'm like, no, go to therapy, get some help,
Listen,
talk to whoever, not talk to another person who has that experience.
yeah,
You
got
know what
my
I'm
therapist
saying?
on speed dial. You hear me? I need your personal number. I don't want you. I don't want this. I don't want this office number. Because sometimes things happen in the moment, and I need to talk. All right. You know what I'm saying? Give me, give me somebody's number. Give me the team of people. I'll take a virtual session right now.
I get it. If a young man was watching this right now and feels like he's already messed his life up, what would you tell him right now?
I would tell you the only way that you've messed your life up is if you decide to operate in your life being messed up. You when you
Mm.
because when you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. Like your life isn't messed up. Your situation may be difficult, and in life you got to play and win with the hand that you're given, and it's
Mm-hmm.
possible for you to win with the hand that you're given. And if you want to do that, change. Everybody's going to tell you change your environment, but they're not going to tell you how to change your environment,
Change
right?
your environment, right?
I'm going to tell you change who you're listening to.
Yes.
These are black men that all young black men should know. Okay, Myron
Okay.
Golden, Dr. Miles Monroe, Charlemagne the God, T.D. Jakes, Stephen A. Smith, um, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Inky Johnson, Trent Shelton. Um, I'm gonna leave it there for right now.
Okay. You said one that stuck with me. You said one that I was like,
Who?
Charlemagne. I mean, Charlemagne,
I
he's very,
know,
very,
right?
he's very smart, right? But it that some things he say is just,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
you
And,
know,
and and that's the
it's
reason
like,
why he's on that list because the YNs be YNing and sometimes he be YNing, so
yeah,
y'all can relate to him and what he's
right.
doing, right? So y'all need listen, if y'all want to know how you can be yourself and make $200 million, you know? You know? So yeah, no, young man, your life is not messed up. You just need to learn how to win with your hand. And if you take those 9, 8 men that I just ran off, and you listen to their interviews, if you read their books, you will be inspired, and you will get enough information to where you can change your life. And if you want to change your life, it happens the moment you change your life, and it's just about the choices that you make every single day. So just make better choices. That's all.
I love
and
that. I
and
love
and
that.
and rewind to listen to some of them ways that I told you to go and make some legal bread, and go and do them, and you can make legal bread like in 2 weeks.
I love that. I love that. What does healing look like for you today? And how do you know you're actually making progress?
For me, healing looks like not allowing the things that once had control over me to have
Mm-hmm.
control over me, and not allowing things that had a negative impact on me to affect my mood and how I show up on a daily basis. And I know I'm making progress because I'm operating in a sense of gratitude rather than a sense of fear, anxiety, and depression. I tell myself every day, I've never seen anxiety help a situation. Nobody can
Right.
ever say that, oh, yeah, my anxiety helped me with this. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
Depression never
no.
helped you with your situation. Fear never helped you with your situation.
No.
I've never seen any of those things help you with your situation. So take inventory. Why are you afraid right now? Why you have anxiety right now? Why are you depressed right
Yes.
now? And then start asking yourself some questions about what you can do to change how you're operating right now. And once you do that, you'll start to operate in a more a better sense of gratitude, and you'll start to win a lot more in life because you'll enjoy your days more.
Yes, I completely agree. I did all those questions that you just asked. I have done the work and asked myself that, because anxiety. I have a emotional support dog, right? And I have anxiety attacks, but anxiety stems from fear. So all of those questions that you just listed, I had to sit back and ask myself those questions, and it also comes from the things of the future. You know what I'm saying? Like what we want and what we can't see, and questioning if we're going to be able to live up to those expectations that we want for ourselves.
Right.
So yes, I encourage everyone who is listening to ask those hard questions, right? And then ask the people in your surroundings those hard questions, so you guys can heal together and move forward together. Because mental health is, we all need it. We all need our mental health to be good. And we go through life. Life is a roller coaster. I mean, you hear a lot of people say it's a roller coaster, but listen, life be lifing.
Yep. Yep. All the time. All the time. And my goal in life is I want to be up longer than I'm down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. Well, Jeff, that's all the time that I have for you today. Thank you so much. This interview was amazing. You gave me a lot of insight on your background and what you bring to the community. I love the fact that you pour into the youth, because we need that when it comes to our Black boys and also our Black girls. Keep giving them that insight that they need. But everybody, this is the Black Impact. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you have going on? Like, tell us about like what's coming up for you. Do you have some things going on?
I have a speaker community. For anybody who wants to join the speaker community, you can go on to my Instagram page, and it's in the bio. It's in my bio, link in bio. You can join my speaker community, where I will teach you 100% free how to get into the speaking industry and how to profit from your voice. So I want you all to join the community. It's called the Winner Circle Speakers. And it's a space where all of the information that people pay, I'm telling you, I should charge tens of thousands of dollars for this information. I'm giving it to you for free, because I live by the principle: the more people you can help get what they want, the more you can have what you want. And I believe that the more I do that, I don't even have to ask for the things that I want in life. God will undoubtedly give those things to me. So as you desire to be a speaker and you want to profit off of your message, join me in the speaking community. You can take the courses, programs, and you can excel, and I'll be your accountability partner. I'm there once a week. The times are scheduled through the school community, and I look forward to spending some time with y'all and helping y'all get into the speaking industry, because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and this is one of the industries that AI will not take.
Yes. What he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Jeff.
Absolutely.
So everybody, all of his information will be in the description below. For sure. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on this episode, because we love your support. We need your support, and we love you guys. So yes, I have Jeff Young here with me, guys. And this is the Black Impact Podcast, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Peace.